Hi, this is Ruha, and we have a very special guest that we're all excited to interview today. I'm here with our new co-host Ben and Dave.
Benny Brujo and Dave.
Oh,
Dave,
how you doing?
And
we have Dave,
Austin,
Dave
Texas
from
here.
MDC.
Yeah, Mr.
I am Dave of MDC. How you doing, everybody?
Good.
Good, man.
Yourself.
Cool. I'm down in Austin, Texas, and I promised you some cool swag. What I got here is a bandana that says, "No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA."
Nice, man.
Very nice.
And I will mail you one.
Oh, cool.
Thanks.
I'll mail other cool swag. I first made this mismanaged disease catastrophe, so we could have them to breathe through. I was handing them out to homeless people,
Oh, cool.
and my punk friends were just about homeless anyway. But I've been sharing them along. It's just it's a heavy time in the world right now.
Dave, let me ask you.
I went out to some of the demonstrations here in Austin, Texas for George Floyd, and the police here were shooting into the crowd with rubber bullets. It was very scary.
Oh, shit.
I didn't realize it was even happening. I was like walking around like, hi everybody, and and all of a sudden I hear this pop, 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 and I go, what was that sound? And I heard some kid got carried off. His name is Hedges, and he's in my Facebook flow, and he got shot, and he's suffering brain damage, and it's really scary shit out there.
I saw the video.
Is there a
I must say, I go out there, I don't jump around and yell at people,
Yeah. Is there a GoFundMe?
I say, you guys ought to do better, but you have bands
Hey, Dave.
themselves millions of dead cops all over again. I'm ready to, get better at what you do. Here we are 40 years later. The band kind of started, well, our friend Buff Parrott kind of gave us the name. The police were so brutal down with us in L.A. And we were on tour with the Dicks and Buff Parrott, millions of dead cops. But we were thinking about dead cops, and Al, who's the drummer of MDC, Auschwitz, and I, we were friends before punk rock. We were teenage friends, and our friend Tate Bryant got killed breaking into a drugstore in 1974 for Quaaludes, and died for like 50 Quaaludes. Got shot in the back in Tampa, Florida. And I inherit, I kind of ended up with the guitar. With that guitar, I wrote a lot of MDC songs with it. John Wayne and I at Work, and My Family's a Little Weird, and Dick for Brains. And so it was from someone killed by a cop that we started the band Millions of Dead Cops with. And that's just something anyway. But how you doing? But here we are 40 years later, dealing with cops being mean to people and just shooting into the crowd, and spraying mace at people. I hope something good's going to come out of it, but we're kind of into it for that. We like the politics and everything else. So the band's been doing good. We were just going to be finishing up in Denver 2 nights ago with a 40-day GBH tour, and that didn't happen because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
And the only thing good about this pandemic is I hope Trump loses, like we can go back to life and I can write love songs and all that. I don't want to sing Dead Cops, sir. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
How long have you been back in Texas?
I started coming back a year ago, few months. I became friends with elected officials, and Sophie Ramirez, a singer, and she was singing songs with me, and we went on tour with DRI last year. MDC did in Europe and Scotland and Ireland in the summer, and so we started this nice friendship. And I started coming down, and be down for 2 or 3 weeks. We'd go back home for 2 or 3 weeks, and as it turns out, I was planning to come down here for a longer spell, but the pandemic definitely kept me in place. I didn't want to get on an airplane. It's just too kind of surreal out there. Maybe I would now. put on a bandana and keep it on. You got to be disciplined and all that. Be smart.
Yeah.
And I tell everyone, eat healthy and try to do healthy things. You know, stay away from your drug of choices. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we lost you. There you are.
All right, here you are.
There you are.
Yeah, someone was calling, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been back in Texas for just recently then? Nice.
And here's the bumper sticker. I'll mail you one of those too.
I think
Yeah, I got my www.nbcfunkofficial.com/shop, and I got my Facebook, Dave Dictor of Millions Dead Cops. You can get in touch with me that way. And I've been writing songs. I want to write more, and I want to play sometime or another. And go back home to Portland, start playing with Barry and Al and Mike. And I look forward to doing that. I've been in a good songwriting spur. And, you know, I usually write about one song every 3 months. And I squeezed out a bunch more lately. The downtime is just, you know, you have really more time, which is very cool for someone like me that's been living on the road. Even though I miss that energy and blah, 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 you know, we're going to be with GBH on a killer tour. You know, the other part is just to get off the merry-go-round. I've been going at it pretty hard for 5.5 years. I had a blood disease about 6 years ago, and I came through it. I was in the hospital for a month, and I just went on one tour, and I just didn't stop. I was just touring, playing 120, 140 gigs a year, and I love it, you know. And it's fun out there making music, being part of culture and rock and roll, and you know, I love the bands like the Restarts, and I love touring England. You know, we're lucky. Like I said, we hooked up with DRI last summer, and we played Rebellion Fest with them. We played Scotland, Edinburgh. Edinburgh, Scotland's one of the nicest, prettiest, most beautiful cities in the world. It's a kind of like one of those castles that sits up on the hill. You know, it's a walled city, and it's just a really beautiful place, Edinburgh, Scotland. And we played Dublin, which is also a very cool place, in Belfast, and with DRI. And I'm looking forward to going back on the road. You know, you know, I want to do it when it's safe. You know, and heck, my whole band's the age where we got to worry. You know, people over 60. Well, maybe not me, but other people in my band.
Yeah.
So this is your 40th anniversary. This is your 40th anniversary, right?
This is the 40th anniversary of MDC.
Congrats.
You know, it's kind of like, actually, Ron and I were in a band called the Rejects, and then me and Ron became the Stains.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the Stains like 79, late 79, 80, and then 81 we became MDC and Millions of Dead Cops. And so, you know, so yeah, this certainly in 81 is the 40th anniversary of MDC. But it was really like, you know, the 42nd anniversary of the Stains. And, But yeah, 40 years in with this band. I'm very lucky. You get to be ambassador, you know, of love and punk rock and hardcore. And it's just brought me all kinds of different places, all kinds of different kind of people. Just kind of got to live a life of a minstrel, gypsy, and you know, and just kind of love it, you know. And find what you love, find your bliss, and do it. You know, I was just talking to my girlfriend and saying how. I want to get writing, and you know, and she was gonna write with me and stuff, and she's doing other stuff, and I was just like, I'm gonna do it without you. You know, I wanna just write and play and give my life to punk rock and roll, and
hell yeah.
I just love it. I'm very lucky. We're supposed to go to Brazil this December. That's not going to happen. And,
No.
Next year is going to be the big year, I guess. I hope we're back. I'm told we're going to do the GBH tour, which is a big 30-day tour. What city are you guys in?
We're in Oakland.
Oakland. Yeah, we were gonna play Bottom of the Hill
Yeah.
on the
Oh,
tour,
yeah.
right at the end of
We were
right
gonna-
at the end of May.
We actually just checked you out when you played with TSOL and the Avengers.
Yeah, that was in San Francisco. That was a great
Yeah,
night.
we saw you. Yeah.
Were you there that night?
Yeah.
that was a great show.
Oh, that was cool. That was a great fucking PA, man. That sound person was good.
Yeah.
It was that gal, Liz Rose, was doing the sound on stage. Best sound I ever had in my life. You know, it was a fun gig playing with TSOL, the Avengers,
And
it
who
was the guys
The
from
The Luke
from
played also.
Up Ivy's drummer, and then there was
Yeah.
the oh god, the band where God, I can't think of them. Who was the fifth band on the bill?
She
The
just
Lude.
said it.
The Lude.
The Lude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
a
think
lot
it's
of fun. I
all
haven't seen them in a
done.
long time.
That was a
But
great.
they go way back with us too. They're kind of like the Dead Boys of San Francisco, and they were. It was just a fun night. It was a ritzy place. I like the way the, just looking at all the plaques and all the, the style of, theater it is. A really cool place. You can see that place has some bawdy San Francisco life. back downstairs in the green room, it felt sultry.
Yeah.
It just did. I was charmed.
So, I have a question. How do you feel like the stuff that you wrote about 40 years ago, that stuff hasn't changed? How do you feel about that?
It's a big part of it. I mean, is God. We're still dealing with those kind of questions. Like I said, I want to write songs about flying to Jupiter or something.
Yeah.
Not just down on the street giving people heat with their clubs and guns. Do it all for fun. You're a bunch of dead cops. And here we are. It's 40 years later, and Ku Klux Klan and all the hater stuff, and Trump personifies it. And it's I gotta say, on one hand, I almost feel like maybe I shouldn't have done anything, and I don't know how it could have been any worse. And on the other hand, I feel like, this creeping bullshit kind of thing. The world's going to be, it's all about fighting, and power is not, power is not shared, it's taken.
Absolutely.
And people will take as much power as they can take.
Yeah.
And that's what Donald Trump, and that's the whole Republican, platform. And Democrats to a certain degree as well. It's not about sustainability and sane living and health for everybody. It's, look at this pandemic and the ignorance, and then just, just how poor people are treated during it. And it's a sad commentary, and I think it goes together with the rioting that is occurring, where the people just so upset. Is too cheered.
Yeah.
That was someone else calling me. It's too cheered. It's the anger of the moment of the police, but it's also the anger of the pandemic, and just everyone being closed up, and school children not getting to eat, and the large discrepancy between rich and poor in this country. Union America that my parents were part of is long gone.
Absolutely.
We're all 10, 12, $14 an hour schmoes, and, never mind making $30, $40, $50 an hour. You got to be some computer whiz or blah, blah, blah. They're making it hard for people to live, and, the whole globalization, leads to, you're competing against very cheap labor.
Yeah.
And,
there's companies out there that pay, $16 an hour, and they want a degree to hire you. So
I know.
Like you're gonna bury your ass in debt for $16 an hour.
Yeah.
For education.
I have a master's degree in special education. My kid was growing up, and I kind of did MDC for about 20 gigs a year for about 3-4 years. Well, he was in junior high to high school, and when he became 18, and and a master's degree, and I was making $24,500 was my first teaching gig, and that was working 11 months a year. I was working with developmentally disabled children, special ed was my field, and it was unbelievable. You couldn't even really afford to get your own apartment. You had to have roommates. There I am with my kid, but having to have a roommate, even as a professional teacher. I say for a while I was parking cars in New York City. I was making $40 an hour parking cars. I was making about $20 an hour with a master's degree teaching.
Yeah, exactly. And, but if you can throw a football or throw a baseball,
right.
Fuck.
Yeah, sports are more valued, and blah blah blah.
It's more valued than our future.
Yeah, total disrespect. And it's gone now even further than when it was. I did that between 1997 and 2003, and it's even gotten worse. Teachers just always taking the cuts and blah blah blah. I really like teaching, though. I didn't love it like I love doing music, and I love singing, and love being my own punk rock band. But I liked it, and it's good to have a job at least you like. You don't like getting up, going there, but once you're there, you're okay. That's what I consider that. There's other jobs, it's just the job. You got to wake up and fly at 5 in the morning, so you get a flight to Japan or wherever you're going. That's just the cost of doing business. Yeah. And and have the honor of making music internationally for people.
It is nuts, though. They cut the arts at my daughter's school. There's like absolutely no arts at my daughter's school anymore. No drama, no nothing. There's no arts department.
I used to have a principal I worked for. She used to say, "We're going to do more with less," and I'd be like, "You can't do more with less." Stop trying to pump me up. And her name was what was her name? Mrs. Kennedy. And her name, it was Mrs. Hanlon, and she had just reading and math. Everything else was cut: music, art, gym class. You're taking gym class away from kids. Pretty, and nothing on emotional empathy and all the things you want in a civilization. Everything was just teach to the test and all that stuff. I taught for about 7, 8 years and tutored and this and that. And, I just kind of let it go. My kid grew up and I didn't need as much money, and I decided I want to do MDC full time, not, one weekend a month or something like that.
Yeah.
How are you guys
Life's doing? Good. Do what you really want.
Yeah. Were you guys were you recording anything before all this happened? Were you guys recording anything before coronavirus?
No, we had just gotten off tour. We played with TSOL that in February when you saw us. Yeah. And nope, I wasn't. I want to record now. I got a few songs I've written, but we had been touring a lot last year, and we kind of went into the studio. We did this thing called World's on Fire. We put it out on Cleopatra Records, and we did this Christmas album with them. I'm trying to think of the bands. I know Naked Aggression was one of them, and kind of an odd, eclectic group. But the Cleopatras from LA, and we did a song called Zombie Love. We did one called World's on Fire, which is about the world's on fire.
Yeah.
But
it is.
Yeah, I like to go to the studio. I'm just writing stuff right now. I recorded an acoustic album that's probably going to come out in a month or two. It's Millions of Dead Cowboys, and that's what I've just busied up the last 2 months doing, mixing it and adding things to it, decide what I really want, and that'll come out. We'll stay in touch. I can even give you a preview. I should
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd
be great.
For my computer here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
At the end of the show. Give me your email at the end of the show.
Okay.
And yeah, and
who's Dave?
anyone out there, listening want to get in contact with us, I'm at mdcops@hotmail.com.
Cool.
Write me a letter, and stay strong, stay safe, and fight the good fight. You only get one life.
Who's putting out your?
Go around, you might as well celebrate it and be badass and humble about that shit as possible.
Hey, Dave, who's putting out your acoustic album? Who's putting it out?
In Germany we got Twisted Chord Records, and here it seems like it's going to be what are they? Grimace Records. I've been working with them a little. I'm doing the peace comp with them. There was some rumors, some big company wanted it, and I was ready to entertain selling out, but they passed. But it's some old. It's Chicken Squawk and John Wayne and a few of the old classics, and it's about 6-8 new songs.
Nice.
Oh, right.
And it's an acoustic look, and I like the idea of it because a lot of people will never see us in a punk rock club, and so it's got an acoustic, easier feel, but I feel like the lyrics are strong and good, and I'll send you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear that, man.
I'll get you the whole album.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Cool. And where are you now?
I'm in Tucson. I'm from LA, but I moved to Tucson. Right. Yeah.
I like Tucson.
What's up?
I've hung in Tucson, and it's a funky kind of town. It's South Arizona there.
I like it.
I knew people from the Yaqui Indians, and we played with Wendy Grimm the last time in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. The Phoenix Pirate Punks have an Indian reservation there, just like 10 miles south of Phoenix.
Oh, really?
It's on native land. It's the Pirate Punks. Wendy Grimm.
They do gigs out there.
She's a great person. And we a couple last, through the years, we've been playing Tucson. I had a close kind of friend, I was very chummy with for a while. And we played the Garage. And we played with DOA there not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Yeah. And, I kind of like Tucson. I got to tell you, we stopped going there. We got busted with marijuana driving on the highway from San Diego. You got to warn everybody there in Tucson,
Welcome to Arizona.
The only way to go there is drop south from Phoenix.
Hey,
well,
Tucson.
You don't want to be coming from El Paso, and you don't want to be coming from...
Hey, but Arizona just turned into a swing state, which now that I live there is pretty cool.
The marijuana got cool in a lot of ways, but it wasn't even the Arizona authorities. It was a Border Patrol and Homeland Security, and they were out of hand, just with dogs all over you, and they thought I was someone else. Get on the ground, blah, blah, blah. Handcuffed me, took me into the hut. I told them you got a mistaken identity, and you're gonna, and blah, 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 blah. And they were like, we'll see about that. And of course, it was mistaken identity, and they let me go.
Yeah.
And but it was a pain in the ass. But my bass player got a marijuana felony charge, $400.
Wow.
That thing haunted him here for a couple of years. He didn't pay it. And they put out a warrant for his arrest, and we finally took care of it.
Shit.
But Arizona is getting cool. It's turning blue, and it's got medical marijuana all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And it's not just near California or it's kind of cool. I like Phoenix too, and Tempe, and
I like Arizona a lot. It's a good place.
I have a question. Have you ever been harassed or brutalized by the police when they find out who you are?
Way in the beginning. That's how we became. We also went to Crass Farm, and they were like pacifists and said, Millions Dead Cops was hard for them, and Penny was like an inspiration. Penny Rimbaud, leader of Crass, but we were Millions Dead Cops going through borders. It was unbelievable. The Canadians were onto us, coming back into America was pain in the ass. They wouldn't let us into England one time. We missed a gig with Crass, that time in
wow.
1983. Oh man, they'd find buttons in the car, and they'd be going to the show with a flyer in their hand. You know, for a while, every other show in California ended up being called off before the end of the show.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a pain in the ass.
It
was outright dangerous sometimes. And,
I'm from Los Angeles, and there used to be, I remember, I've been at 2 of your shows in Los Angeles that broke out into riots.
Yep.
2 of them.
Yeah, don't blame me. LA,
I don't blame you. I'm just saying.
LA, I know.
The police
Defenders Riot was one of them.
Yeah.
I think we were playing with GI that night, or I forget. It was either GI, but that's where it was the last night. They had Fender's Ballroom in Long Beach.
That's when they closed it the first time, I think. But then I was in City of Commerce, and there was a riot with MDC in City of Commerce too, when you guys played.
Yeah, it's LA's fun to play.
Yeah, it is.
But we played with the Subhumans at the Knitting Factory, and they were like, that was the last time they ever let punk there. It wasn't even that bad. There were some kids that were kicking up on the door. Well, what do you want? You put some security guys out there, and blah blah blah. But I don't even know where people are playing in LA anymore. It used to be the Hollywood Palladium was cool, and
there's not much. I don't think there's money. There's not many places.
All those old places. We played the Whiskey A Go Go back in the day. And, played the Olympic Auditorium in LA. That was crazy.
Yeah.
82, 83 with Discharge, Suicidal. LA's a big monster. It's kind of fun for me to go there. I've never really lived there.
But it's crazy now though.
To San Francisco. I always wondered if I went to LA, if life would have been different.
It's crazy now though, because there's nowhere really to play in LA. Not much. There's only just a handful.
That's what I was just saying. They kept pushing people away. And you're right. There's not that much place to play in LA. Los Globos or Los Globos.
Yeah.
That was going on. I don't know if it still is or not. But
I don't know. I don't even see nothing.
We end up always at the Doll Hut. I go to a lot of little places all around LA.
Yeah.
We played the bowling alley gig on the Sunday in Tarzana.
Yeah. That bowling league.
We play Riverside quite often. We play Ventura every now and then.
Yeah.
We went down with Verbal Abuse about a year and a half ago, and that was fun.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
We played Baldwin Park.
Yeah,
it's like a little neighborhood right outside.
Yeah. You know what?
LA.
I think
it was just total cool, down home.
I think you know what, Dave? I think I played with you there at the VFW hall.
That's right. It was at the Vets Hall.
Yeah.
It was with Maury and I think
SMD.
it was SMD.
I played that show with you, dude.
That was a great show.
I was in a band that played that show.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
That whole weekend was fun. We played somewhere else the next night, kind of north of Berkeley, a whole nother. But I like the little gigs in LA because you can play 6, 8, 10 little big shows.
Yeah.
150, 200 people. And if you just play one place, it's an overcharged, and you just get to play for a lot of different people. Yeah. I haven't played the Greek yet, but I would love to.
I know, I think in LA, the hot spot is the East LA shows.
Of the what?
The shows in East Los Angeles, East LA.
Okay. Yeah, back in the day, we used to play East LA.
Yeah.
God, what was that place? We used to play that place on Whittier. And then we played the Vortex. It begins with V.
The Vex. The Vex.
Yeah. That was really great. We played there about 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago. We played there with one of the Oxnard bands and with Verbal Abuse again. It was just a really down, dirty 450 East LA show. Fucking cool.
No, there's like backyard parties that are like insane. Like kids.
Yeah, they can get like 700 people at their backyard parties in East LA.
It's
yeah,
crazy.
I bet they can.
Yeah.
I bet they can. There's a lot of people in LA, that's for sure. You know, there's one big ass strip of land there, you know, from San Diego right on up to like, you know, Ventura and, you know, Lancaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of burbs.
A lot of burbs. Lots of burbs.
Well, I'm gonna call it, say thank you. Let's stay in touch. I want to give you the MDC acoustic. Maybe you can have me back in a couple of months. Some music to give you, and you know, and we don't have to be strangers and stuff. It's easy enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Killer, man. Let's do it.
Before you go, if anybody wants to buy any of your merch, where do they go?
They go to www.mdcpunkofficial.com/shop. But if you go to my Dave Dictor or Millions of Dead Cops Facebook feed, you'll find that. But you know, www.mdcpunkofficial.com/shop. And yeah, I got cool swag. I got
nice.
Fight Racism, Sexism, Homophobia, Lady Liberty t-shirts that are new. I got the 40th anniversary. I just did this Millions of Deceived Citizen one where it's no Trump, no KKK. It's half Trump. It's this one. I'm wearing my own t-shirt to my radio show.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's rad.
Awesome.
I love that. That's badass.
Kind of like the back of the first album. And what else we got? We got Clan Cop, and we got the bandanas and stuff. Yeah, check us out. Support your local punk rock band, and thanks a lot for you supporting us.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
It's really
Dave.
cool.
Yeah.
Really wish you well.